polls showed there was little doubt he'd win. The only question was how big the victory was going to be for Mexico's Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. Turns out it was substantial. Lopez Obrador secured 53% of the vote. His nearest rival, conservative Ricardo Anaya, trailed with just 27% of votes. It's a sea change for politics in Mexico.
I will govern honestly and justly. I will not fail you. I will not disappoint you, and I will not betray my people.
Lopez Obrador is Mexico's first leftist president in decades. His win ends the dominance of the Institutional Revolutionary Party, or PRI, and the National Action Party. He's a former mayor of Mexico City and failed twice before in runs for the presidency. So how did this political outsider obliterate the opposition? Critics say Mexicans are fed up with endemic corruption, violence, and poverty. And these have all increased under the rule of the outgoing president Enrique Peña Nieto. Lopez Obrador has promised to eradicate graft, saying it's the reason why so many people are poor. But perhaps worse than the corruption in Mexico is the murder rate. This election campaign was the most violent in living memory. Since campaigning began in September, at least 130 local candidates and party workers have been murdered. And in terms of overall murders, last year was the worst in Mexico since records began in 1997, with just over 29,000 people killed. Mexico's government blamed the rising violence on the many drug cartels. But Peña Nieto has been criticized for not being able to provide basic security. It was under his watch that 43 student teachers disappeared from the city of Iguala in 2014, a tragedy that drew international attention.
It will be very difficult to break the current levels of complicity between the authorities and organised crime. It will require a strong government that also has the support of the people. The most important thing will be to pursue the politicians that have allowed this to occur.
Lopez Obrador has made some big promises. On the economy, he says there'll be no nationalization and he'll respect private businesses. And he'll double pensions for the elderly.
There will be no need to increase taxes in real terms, nor for the country to fall into debt. There will also be no hikes in petrol. I will lower the general cost of living and the public investment to propel productive activities and to create jobs.
But analysts warn he's given few details on how he's going to fulfill such ambitious pledges. He also heavily criticized US President Donald Trump during his campaign, but Lopez Obrador says he'll pursue friendship with the United States. So despite being granted an impressively big mandate, will Lopez Obrador actually be able to tackle the many problems facing Mexico? Hyder Abbasi, The Newsmakers.